Listen now to the fiery clash between CNN's Jim Acosta and Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders at a White House press briefing last week. Roll it.
You did not say that the press is not the enemy of the people.
The media has attacked me personally on a number of occasions, including your own network, said I should be harassed as a life sentence. When I was hosted by the Correspondents Association, of which almost all of you are members of, you brought a comedian up to attack my appearance and call me a traitor to my own gender.
It was quite a clash. Joining us now, Sarah's father, Mike Huckabee, former Arkansas governor. What did you say to Acosta? Tell us on this program, please.
Well, you know, sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the bug. And I think Jim Acosta was the bug and Sarah was the windshield. That's my view, Stuart. And I'm objective as the New York Times is about the president to say that. But I think Jim Acosta needs to get a grip on what the job of the press secretary is. It is not for the press secretary to help CNN get a story that they want. It is her job to represent the president and the White House on its official position. And so Acosta is just chumming. He's throwing bloody bait out the back of the boat, hoping that she'll take the bait. And, you know, to her credit, she's a lot better at her job than he is at his. And that's why she doesn't just fall for every time he's begging her to say what he wants. Let me be very clear. Freedom of the press means he can ask anything he wants, he can say anything he wants, and the government can't stop him. But freedom of the press does not guarantee that he gets the answers that he wants when he wants them, or that he gets to dictate and determine what the frame of reference is going to be. That's ridiculous.
And he should not be the news himself. He did turn himself into the news story. And that's something you should simply never do if you're a White House correspondent.
If you're a commentator, you can make it about yourself. But if you're a journalist, a true journalist, and there are very few of them left, the fact is you should be oblivious within the story that you report. And when a reporter becomes a part of the story, he or she is no longer a reporter. Now they're an editorialist, they're a commentator, they are an advocate, they're a player. And that's not journalism. And when the president talks about fake news, that's exactly what he's talking about. And he's talking about around 90% of the news media who no longer can divorce themselves from their own feelings and passions. When you read a news story or hear one on television and you know what the reporter is thinking and what their view is, that person is no longer a journalist.
Well said, Governor. I want you to look at this opinion piece. It's a headline, actually. It's in the New York Times. Children at Trump rallies. What is it like to see young people exposed to so much anger? Heartbreaking, says a Times photographer. All right, Governor, have at it.
I've been at a lot of the Trump rallies. I see a lot of patriotism, a lot of excitement for the direction in which America is going. If they want to see some real conflict, if they want to keep their kids away from something dangerous, don't ever take them to an LSU game in Baton Rouge. Now, that will scare kids. That'll scare the daylights out of them. So let me say that as an Arkansas Razorback fan who once made the mistake of going to Death Valley. Or here's something. If they're all that fired up about what kids are exposed to, would you take your kids to a Maxine Waters speech? I don't think so.
That was sarcasm, Governor, but it worked. It really did. It worked very well. Governor Huckabee, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Please pass our very best wishes to your daughter, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, please.
Thank you, Stu.
See you soon, Governor.